Hello my friend, welcome to Markham's Arkham, and thank you for being here. Today I'm going to give you my take on the 1970 film Crimes of the Future, starring Ronald Mlodzik as Adrian Tripod, John Lydalt, and Tanya Zolty. From the ticking, twisted mind of David Cronenberg, this film explores complex underlying themes of the metamorphosis and alteration of the human body, and Cronenberg's bioanthropomorphization is littered throughout, always with a hint of bizarre sensuality associated with synthesized sexuality. You know, if there's one thing I can say about Cronenberg, it's that I would not care to hear the details of that man's sexual proclivities. This film details the wanderings of Tripod, sometimes director of a dermatological institute called the House of Skin, as he searches for his mentor, the mad dermatologist Antoine Rouge, whom Tripod believes to be dead. There's been a catastrophic plague caused by the use of cosmetics, which has killed the world's population of sexually mature women. Eventually, Tripod comes upon a group of pedophiles, who is holding a 5-year-old girl, and they urge Tripod to mate with her. He senses the presence of Antoine Rouge and stops himself from performing such a heinous deed. Even in Cronenberg's early work, his fascination with science and literature are intertwined here, and his exploration of the psychological themes and subject matter of his later works are also revealed here. Unfortunately, the pedophile theme is not quite explained in the context of the film as to why he would choose this direction. However, in the end, main character makes the right choice. But to even take the story there with everything else that leads up to that part and that sequence of the film, it doesn't really seem to tie in, other than men being so worried about the future of the species that they're just that desperate. I don't know. The film's rather esoteric. This film is a platform, a sketch pad for Cronenberg's later works. Even early on, Cronenberg was exploring some of the reprehensive, off-putting themes of things like bodily fluids being eaten and mutation that would shine through in his later films. It is clear that we are watching some of the stepping stones for Cronenberg to iron out some of the creases for his future projects. In this film, there is no dialogue except for the narration by the main character, Tripod. But even with the lack of dialogue and the sets being mostly constrained and confined to these institutions that Tripod wanders among and between throughout the course of the film, the pacing is really well done. For it seems to drag in moments and spots at times in certain scenes, but then before you know it, you're through the film and you're like, it's just easy to get absorbed with the pace of this film. The cinematography is excellent, and I love the way a lot of these shots are framed. If you're a fan of Cronenberg, I definitely recommend this one because you could see early styles, early cinematography techniques, other things that he does in later films being worked out here, and it's so wonderful to see when you know the platform beyond it, when you know what's coming and the works that ensue beyond. Like in all Cronenberg films, it has its elements of the disturbed. The patient or the former doctor who now grows new organs on the outside of his body that are surgically removed and then collected in jars. Just all of these themes of the biomorphic, these things that he was going to build on and reach deeper into in later films, these things that you just saw coming with the bodily fluids and the people eating them sensually and mixing that repugnant sort of grossness with sensuality and making it and mixing it with sex. It's one thing about Cronenberg is that it's not violence and sex with Cronenberg. It's not violence and such sensuality like so many filmmakers. With him, it's the bizarre mixed with sensuality and sexuality. Bizarre acts that some may associate with being turned on by, and most probably may not. I mean, there is such a thing as erotic vomiting, so if you're into the weird, freaky shit, man, I suggest you look that up. With that said, thank you all for being here and sticking around for this review today. I do recommend this film, Crimes of the Future, 1970, David Cronenberg's second film. Tell all your friends about it. John, Tanya, Ronald, Adrian Trepad, Antoine Rouge, David, your kitty, all your family and friends, all the little lovely, cute, beautiful animals that don't get biomorphed, fortunately. Click that like, click that subscribe button. Small click for you, but it means a lot to me, and it helps that algorithm so more people can see this. Again, I thank you for being here. Much peace, love, and light to you all. Until next time, peace.